How y'all doing? Welcome to another video. Reading here in Genesis chapter 4. And I'm looking at the encounter with Cain and Abel. All right. And there's some things that are here but not written here, okay? Let's start at verse 1. It says, "Now Adam knew his wife Eve, and she conceived and bore Cain, and said, I have acquired a man from Yah. Then she bore again, and this time his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to Yah. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his fruit, of his flock, and of their fat. And the Lord respected Abel and his offering, but he did not respect Cain and his offering. And Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell." I just realized something different in here. I was talking about this to my wife earlier this morning, and I was thinking, Cain killed Abel because he was copying Abel. But no, Cain actually brought his offering from the ground first before Abel. So, I was talking to my wife, and I was saying, I could see if Cain killed Abel because Abel offered his sacrifice, and then Cain tried to copy him. But that's not it at all. So I don't know why Yah actually accepted one without accepting the other. I also want to make mention that they knew the right process of how to give offerings to Yah. This was before the law of Moses. This was before everything. Okay. They heard Yah's voice. They knew what Yah liked because Yah told them. They knew his voice. And they did according to what Yah said. Okay. Nowadays, we do to what is written because all of this stuff is already written. We don't have to give sacrifices anymore because we failed miserably at that too. But the idea that before the law of Moses, there was a law. It was always there, even at the beginning with Adam and Eve. The law was always there. We're supposed to follow that law regardless. Okay? Now, why did Cain kill Abel? I don't know. Why did Yah accept what Abel did but not Cain? I don't know. But also, it makes me think of in the process of a family. If one person falls, I talked about this yesterday. If someone falls, like the man doesn't keep the command and he falters, but the woman does, it stops the enemy from coming into your house. But this is also an example of when both fall. They're both not walking the way they're supposed to. Then the enemy comes into the house, and the enemy has he's going to eat people up with sin. Okay, you can see how this kind of greed on Eve's part caused Adam and Eve to fall. But then you can see how those things start growing in the family. This kind of hatred for each other, this jealousy of each other, all this, you can see how it grew. The parents messed up, and it caused the children to mess up even worse. Okay. Let's see. Verse 6, it says, "So the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? And why has your countenance fallen? And if you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin lies at the door, and its desire is for you, but you should rule over it." Okay? So They've been through this before. This is not the first time they've done these sacrifices. This is not the first time that Yah has accepted them. So obviously Yah has accepted Cain's offering at one time, but just this one time he didn't, and it caused him to become jealous and angry and hateful towards his brother. Ended up killing him. So just know, sin is always lurking at the door of a family. If we do not cover each other if we don't cover each other's sins by ourselves living a righteous life, it can wreak havoc in a family. And from that family, it wreaked havoc on all of the world at that time. Okay? And it's a tough thing. So us as parents, we have to make sure that we are asking Yah's forgiveness for things that our children do. But also, we need to make sure that we are following Yah's law. And when he speaks to us, that we are doing what he says. Because the law is still the law, whether it's written down or not. If it comes from Yah's mouth, if it comes from what Yah wants, and he says, hey, I'm going to tell you this, either by himself, the Holy Spirit speaking to you, or an angel telling you, or, something like that, you have to do it. And if another person tells you to do something, you need to pray about it and ask and say, Yah, if this is something that you want me to do, I need to know. I need to be able to prove that it is from you. Okay? If it's not from Yah, don't worry about it. But if it is from Yah, act on it. All right? And that's it. All right. Thank you.